Good afternoon, hello. Welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. It's Monday lunchtime and it's lunchtime run time. As you can tell, the weather is far from ideal. I do have a treadmill, but the belt's been slipping for ages. I haven't used it all year. I need to sort it out so I can run on it on days like this. But for the time being, I've just got to grit my teeth and get it done. So it's the day after Derby 10 and I'm really proceeding with caution. I'm a big fan of, listening to your body. And very often people say that, listen to your body and then say how they're easing off. Well, I actually feel pretty good. Like, I've never felt this good after a race before. And I was conscious that running yesterday, like faster than I've ran all year. I ran the fastest 5k, 10k and 10 miles I've ran all year in that race. So I was a bit of a shock to the system, but I actually feel all right. Now, I've been in this position before, feel okay on the Monday, and then sort of Tuesday, Wednesday it'll hit me. So I'm just taking it really easy. Probably 40 odd minute run. I'll leave the stats on screen. I'm about halfway around now. And just, my legs feel all right. You know what it's like, don't you, when you've had a hard effort and your legs are sore? I don't feel that. I can tell I've done something, but I feel okay. This isn't a flex. I'm just trying to justify why I'm like continuing training. But yeah, I'm gonna hop on the bike tonight for an easy spin and then see how I feel tomorrow. Maybe crack on. But yeah, sensation's good so far. I have got this raincoat on that I've had for years and I have retreated it with waterproof and stuff, but it ain't waterproof, so I don't think it's serving much of a purpose. But I'll just make sure that I've got a base layer on that's tight so I don't get any nipple issues. Anyway, yeah, I'll finish this off and I'll see you later on when I'm indoors and warm and dry. Okay, good evening. I have been on the bike, but I forgot to take the camera in there. I was hoping to get Elizabeth on for a wicked interview tonight, but unfortunately, she's bawling her eyes out, aren't you, Liz?
Yeah. You
can't stop crying. This is the reason she can't stop crying. Onions, been chopping and cooking, haven't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, some sort of curry on its way. I'm going to get out of the way though, Liz, for you, okay? Bike session done, dusted, mainly zone 2 with some short sweet spot intervals with the Send It squad. We are going to be starting another group in January, so this one finishes at Christmas, on a week off, and then the new one will kick off from the new year. Hopefully, what is building on from the first 12-week block, so it's open to both people who have done the first 12 weeks, and it will sort of lead on from that, so it's not starting again, but it's also not too hard that if you haven't done any or much or as much structured training as you'd like, you can pick it up from the new year, but more on that another day when I speak to Matt Waterfield and get the exact plan off him. Anyway, what else have we got to update on today? I wanted to talk a little bit about, because I forgot earlier, Ironman Arizona yesterday. More specifically, the performances of 2 individuals, one of which I'd consider a close friend of mine, Andrew Hustle-Turner. He might not consider me. I think if you asked Andy who I am, he might say, oh, that's somebody I know. Anyway, how cool seeing Andy at the front of another big race again. Unfortunately, he didn't have the day that he wanted after about 40, 50k on the bike, but it happens. When he gets it right, he will get it right. He's in the race in the beginning. Dropping Ben Canute in the swim is incredible. I cannot wait to see how he progresses over the winter into next year. So come on, Andrew. And then, of course, Joe Skipper absolutely running away with it. Brilliant performance. Hopefully, I'm going to get hold of some of his kit. I made a bit of a joke on Instagram about his kit over the weekend and he seems to be okay with it, and I'll be offering me some. So maybe there's a training like Joe Skipper for a day video coming on like I did with the Lionel Sanders one, who knows. But what I wanted to focus on really about Joe was his post-race interview. If anybody's seen it at the finish line, he was interviewed and Mike Riley was asking him about his motivations, and he was saying, like, does it motivate you having people at home, people overseas, people like, through social media supporting you? And Joe said yes, but then got quite emotional. I think it's so cool to see how invested Joe is in his performance, but also the relationship that has with all these people that support him, people that listen to his podcast, people that watch his videos, people follow his Instagram, and might just follow him just because they see him in results and stuff. It's so cool to see that he actually appreciates that and is affected by that and is positively affected by that. So real men cry, Joe, real men cry. So yeah, well done. What else we got to talk about? I think that was about it, was it? Have I forgotten anything?
I can't really hear you, if I'm honest.
Oh,
sorry.
Brilliant. Anyway, so I'm going to end today's video there. I just still feel pretty good. I'm not back in the pool yet. My shoulder feels okay, but if I'm honest, I just can't bother tonight. I need to, if I'm going to swim, I need to swim on a Monday morning, so I need to start kicking off the week with. It's 7:30 now, I've not had tea yet. Oh, that was it. Sam challenged me by not having anything to eat before I got on the bike tonight, and I felt fine, and I got the bike session done fine. Trying to work on habits and not just eating before a bike session because it's a habit. If you're hungry, say have something to eat, but if you're not, don't just pick up a bagel to have for a habit before an easy bike session. So I didn't, I feel okay, but tea's not far off anyway, so yeah. Anyway, that is it, as honestly at this time. Thank you very much for all the support on the Derby Runner video, on the Derby 10 video, on the Strava activity. I'm still going to leave it open another couple of days, so if you haven't already commented on my race from the Derby 10 at the weekend, let me know in the comments on there on Strava what your best achievement, the achievement you're most proud of this year, to be in with the chance of winning one of 2 pairs of Halo headphones. So yeah, thanks so much. See you tomorrow at 1 o'clock.